Hi everybody and welcome back to Nellie and Ruth Designs. This is week 12 in the Margarete Miller weekly collage challenge for 2024. And I had trouble with this one this week, so I'm not really sure. I think it'll come out just fine, but one never knows. Because I don't know. I pulled these when I had my foot surgery. I pulled, most of the prompts. But this one, the only one that I had pulled was this here, this page here, and we'll talk about that. And I found this. This is Daphne's diary. I found this in the Daphne's diary. That was it. So I only found 2 out of all of these prompts. There's what, 2, 4, 5, plus a bonus. I do not have the bonus. So I don't know. I think it might come out just fine. We will see. And let's see. I haven't done one in a while. Up close and personal. Hold on a minute. Because like I said, I had done so many in advance. So I'd love to have you stick around and see me fumble and mumble. I'm doing this after dinner. My husband is watching a show that I'm not interested in. So I told him, go ahead and watch a show. I'll come up and do this. Okay, that's what I needed to see. And I remember this is week 7. That's how I'm doing it. This is week 7, week 8. We have week 9. And then over here we have week 11. Okay, see how I do that? I use this. So this is still March. And this is going to be, what, 12? And it's going to slide right in behind here. So I thought I used this. Like I said, I forgot. So this is week 12. I don't do it by the date. I do it, and this is 24. My daughter-in-law used this scrapping, so she had 23 on here and a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm just going to make sure. Okay, the 12th. Okay, all right, there we go. That is all set and ready to use to stamp afterwards. All right, let's go. All right, so this is what it's going to go on to. Okay, so this week we have a tool commonly found in a garden, a piece of postcard either side, a fragrant item from your surroundings, paper that has a stain or is stained, which I've got to stain my paper, and something that you could give as a gift. I have these Expressionist quality oil pastels. These were my dad's, and I thought, in order to make a little stain, I thought I would grab these. I have a wet wipe. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I thought I would take, this is my postcard, all right? I'm going to use the whole postcard. And if you can see that there, it says, yourself and ladies are cordially invited to attend an informal dance to be given by the Bachelor Club, Masonic Temple, Sandy Hill. Sandy Hill is about 25 minutes from where we live, where I live. Thursday evening, June 3rd, they changed it, 1909 at 8:30 o'clock. Assessment is $1, inaugural ball selections, and then these are the committee. And this was my grandfather's. All right, see that? That was my grandfather's. Sandy Hill, New York, May 22nd, 1909. All right. And I think that that's funny. It just says Peter Allard City. And he got, I don't know if it was just handed to him or what, but I thought I would use this. I have a very large book of old family postcards, and I never knew my grandfather, my dad's father, and it's a long story. I'm not going to get into it. But I thought I would take these expressions and wipe a little bit on here, and then maybe just rub a little bit on here to make it look like it's stained. I don't know. Let's just see. Let's see what we can. Yeah, that's working pretty good. So there's just like it kind of looks like it's stained. And then maybe what I will do is grab a stamp. I kind of like that, how that comes out with the oil in that baby wipe. I think I will grab my set of stamps. Hold on. Hold on. Hold your horses. I have those. And let's see here. I'm going to do a color stain. And maybe I'll do this Concord. I need some color. I need to have some color in my world with this collage because I think it's rather muted. So, that being said, here you just when you think you're all set, and you don't have half of your stuff pulled out. So I want to thank everybody for joining in. Welcome to all my new subscribers. I'm so happy to have you here. Blessings and hugs to all of my gals that have been with me forever, that are joining me, and all of my members over at Patreon. I just got another new member. Thank you. So let's just kind of do this. Yeah, I like that. We'll go there. That's a good stain. And we will, there. That definitely now looks like it's stained, okay? And I do like, keep that in mind too, that, you know, you can always use, you don't always have to use your, this is vintage photo. This one here, vintage photo. This one here is walnut stain. You don't have to use your browns. Be a little adventurous and grab some fun colors. Add some nice color to your world. All right, so we will set those aside. We'll put that aside. But I like that. I like that purple. So let us get, I'm going to cut this down to size for this here, but I'm not going to glue it down, and I think you'll see why. And I have to be careful. I have to take a little bit off of each side. But because of my plan that I have, I have to do a lot of cutting on this. So this here, I can take just a little tiny bit off of this side. All right, and I think that'll be good. All right, that'll be good like that. Okay, so that goes over there. I did my hair differently today. I feel like Farrah Fawcett. I usually wear my hair very straight. And today I'm trying to grow my bangs out. I've decided I need to grow up and be a big girl and get rid of the bangs. I just want to try it. I have a very small face and I have a lot of hair. And my husband tonight at the dinner table says, he goes, wow, he goes, your face looks really tiny. I'm like, I had a lot of hair. You should have seen me when I was a baby. But I feel like Farrah Fawcett because I straightened the bottom of it and I curled the top of it. You get the picture? Okay, a tool commonly found in a garden. I don't know about you, but when I'm outside, I live in the woods. And when I'm outside, I hear all kinds of birds. There's birds on top of my chimneys. There's birds on top of the roof. There's birds in the trees. There's birds in the bushes. So I always carry I have a Kawasaki mule. And I always have next to me a pair of binoculars because I need to see, because I am a bird lover, I need to see what kind of bird it is, if there's anyone else around. So my tool, I have two of them. My tool is the binoculars. And the other thing that I feel is commonly found in a garden are identification markers. And these happen to be, especially if you have an herb garden, even if you have different varieties of tomatoes, if you have heirloom tomatoes, if you have Big Boy, Big Rob, I like to label all of my plants that I have out. If I have yellow squash, I have green beans, yellow beans. I want to know the difference because sometimes I'll plant them together. So these are clothespin identification markers for herbs. And this here is, it just slipped my mind. Sage? No, it's not sage. Rosemary. This is rosemary. And this is my fragrant item because I have rosemary throughout the year. I cook a lot with rosemary and sage. And this is some sage here. This is the rosemary. So I have my binoculars in the garden. I have my fragrant item from my surroundings. I have my stained paper. I have my postcard. And then something that you could give as a gift. And these birds, these are ceramic birds that I cut out of Daphne's diary. And these are with ceramic plates. So I thought that because you could give these as a gift, especially this one here. So I cut these out and these are my items to give as a gift. So I'm going to set them over there. And I also, another fragrant is lavender. And I love lavender. I have lots of lavender in my garden. And again, I felt this needed some color. So I first have thought about adding it into the sage, or this is a sage, the rosemary over here and the thyme and all of that. It still gets a little lost. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to collage on this postcard. And I also cut this out here. And I would like to use this on my page as well. Adds a little bit of color. I want to cut. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to kind of leave this white here because I really want to see the little antennae of the butterflies. So I'm just going to roughly cut a little bit of this out here, just so I don't have so much white. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to collage that. I'm going to get everything cut. This postcard here, and this will depend on how I collage on here. I wanted to have my items tucked down inside behind these clothespins, tucked down in the pot. All right. Like I'm putting everything in the pot, and then I'm carrying this pot over to an area that I may want to take this stuff out and look at. This is sometimes when I get the mail, I will have certain things in my hand. I'll walk to the mailbox, and instead of carrying the mail under my arm, I'll throw it in a pot like this. I drive up to my mailbox in my mule to get my mail, because I set 450 feet back from the road. So when you're doing a collage like this, and you want to put this here, and you want to kind of tuck it down inside, the first thing you have to think about is you've got to make your cuts at your clothespins, okay? And I'm going to come right straight down here. Right. Whoops. I had a gal the other day. She sent me a message and wanted to know what brand. This is a Fiskar. What brand this is. I told her, I go, I love it, but my problem is when I changed the blade on this, I messed up. I took the whole thing apart, and I ruined it. I broke it. So when I cut this blade, you will notice that it shifts. And I have to be very careful. But instead of just loosening the blade up, and sliding it in, I don't know why I took the whole thing apart. And that's the only thing I told her, just to be careful if you do purchase this, that when you change your blade, you do it properly. I almost bought another one because I was so upset that I messed this up. And I said, no, I'm not going to. I'm just going to figure out how to cut so it is not, see, doing that on me. But all right, and then we're going to have this across the top here. And then this is here. And just take your time when you cut. And then I'm coming up here. up. And I will come across, I don't know how far I have to go with this, but if you have a very sharp blade, all right, say, really, it doesn't even look like I've cut it. So I want this to be down inside of my pot. Why isn't this? To be careful around this corner because so that, maybe I didn't cut this down here. Okay, all right. All right, so we have this down. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this here because I'd like to see part of that over here, okay? So this will go down in here like this, and then it will come down into here. So do you understand what I'm doing here? And you just kind of have to get a visual. See that? And now I can position it really any way I want to. And I think I'm going to do it just like that. Okay. About there like that. So in order, I want that sticking up. The other things I want in here, I want to put my you know what they're called, binoculars. I want to put the binoculars in here. And I want them behind here. So they are kind of sticking out. Up and out of the pot. Like that. I think I'm going to cut this just a little bit here. There. So there's my binoculars. They are in there. And then I'm going to, I will collage here. So I think what I will do is maybe I'll just stick some sprays. Maybe I won't really need to collage. I can just put these little maybe put the little sprigs like this. Put the little sprigs like that. In the pot there. Maybe have something like that come up and around. I just want these to be seen. It's just kind of hard. I could have it even coming like that. You know how sometimes when you clip your flowers, they just kind of fly all over the place. They collapse. You could put a little sprig there like that. And then I thought this might be kind of fun on maybe I could put that up there. I could dress that up a little bit. But we have to have our bird. We have to have something that you could give as a gift. So we have this bird in here. We could put the bird right about there like that. That's kind of, if I cut that off, it would look like it's on a longer pole. All right. I don't know if we were going to use this one here. I don't want to cover too much of this postcard up. We could have that one as well. All right. That. And then we could put our sprigs back in. Because, you know, sometimes when you really, these pots are small, so you really have to stuff your stuff in, right? You have to stuff your stuff in. I think that's why I like collaging so much. It's all about the details. And I'm a very detail-oriented person. I'll put that one back in like that. So that might be good like that. I'll put that there. And then I do want to use this. Maybe I'll put this. All right, so I have this set, and what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to start to glue all of this down because I think this is just fine. The cutting is done, so I'm going to move this over here because I don't like to, I don't know how well you can see on that cutting mat. And I like this here, so I'm going to I want that 1909 to show. So we're going to do this. I don't even know if any came out. And I think what I should do is get some of this glued down first. So I hope everyone is doing well and your crafting days are full. Your family is doing well. Your stress levels are low. Everyone is healthy. There's lots of laughter. Everybody's telling each other how much you love each other. That's the one thing in our family that we do. There's not a time that goes by that we don't say, you know, I love you, or, you know, when my sons will call home, you know, my son would be traveling home from somewhere, and it's all, you know, drive careful, I love you. And the nice thing is they always say it back. That's one thing that we've never ever been afraid to say to each other is, I love you. Some people don't. It's very hard for them to say those words. But I've always felt that, you know, if you leave somebody, or, you know, somebody's driving home, you just got off the phone with someone, I think, you know, for me and our family, that's the last things that I want my children or my friends, my family to know, that was the last word. If something ever happened to them, that was the last words that I ever said to them, or they heard, was, I love you. Now, my husband, he gets a little carried away, and he's like, yep, I know, I hear you. Poor guy. Okay, I think I have everything here glued down. I'll get this. And then I'm going to flip it over and get the back glued down as well. So let's get this. This here, I think I'm just going to cut off. Right? Yeah, I was going to say, boy, I hope I didn't mess that up. Can you imagine if I cut that and it was all for naught? There was big white gaps, and oh, that would have been a terrible faux pas, right? There. Okay. All right. So we have that. Okay. And then the next thing, I would like to try to incorporate this somewhere. Maybe I could just put this down here. I can't put it up here, because if I do, it's just going to get lost and faded in. I don't really want it on the card here. I think maybe down here might be kind of nice. And I think I would just maybe cut that there like that. I could put that there. And then instead of cutting all this, then I could put a little bit here, so it looks like it's behind that. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Okay. So I'll let that dry a minute, because I got to cut that off there. I want to cut that off. This here, we're going to put this here, and then we will cut that. Okay. So that will be there, like that. I hope there's not too much shine on this. This is shiny paper. And I didn't get this backdrop from everything else I got. I got that, the binoculars, the butterfly, the lavender, the birds. They all came from Daphne's diary. This came from my green craft book. That's why it's shiny. That's why it's so shiny. All right, and this here. There. So now it kind of looks like it's weaving through, right? Sodite, sodite. Okay. All right, now we can get this down on the page here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my tape runner because I don't want to use all of this glue on here. I don't want to make it pucker. So let me get my tape runner. I don't know what it is, but lately, I don't know if it's, I feel more organized, but I feel like my crafting is just coming really easy to me. I feel like I'm doing more. I mean, I had that surreal collage. You know, this week we start the bird collaging. So for those who have purchased the bird books, you know, grab a bird that you want to use. Start gathering your images. And we will start the collaging is for the birds. That's what I'm calling it here. All right, I think that's good. All right. And on here, well, I can stamp it right on here. I was going to say, I'm not going to be able to put a stamp on it, but I can put it right on here. So we are going to, let's see, maybe I can do it. I'll do it right up here. There we go. So this is week 12 right there. Okay, so let's get my book. And we've got, as Mish does over on her channel, I love it when Mish does this. When she works on her Daphne's diaries, she'll go to her book and she'll say, oh, we've got this page, and look at it, dum-de-dum-de-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Oh, look, we can put it right here. Hi, Mish. I love it when she does that. It just makes me smile. So this here is week 12. Here was week 11. And as you can see, I'm going to be using this down the road. So yeah, so that is this week's collage. A tool commonly found in a garden, which for me, it's my binoculars. A piece of a postcard either side. I used my grandfather's postcard there of the Bachelor Club. A fragrant item from your surroundings. We have the lavender, and we have the rosemary, and we have sage. Paper that has a stain. Oh, another thing are the labels. Remember, we can't forget those labels. Paper that has a stain or is stained. I stained this here. Something you could give as a gift are these ceramic birds, and I chose not to use a bonus, the musical instrument. So that is it for this week, my friends. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to pick up a few little tips and tricks there. If you liked this video, I would love to have you give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and that's it. So for now, I am going to say goodbye, and I will see you in my next video. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye-bye.